Hey, James G here with Tarpley Music in Fort Worth, Texas. But remember, if you need to, you can always find us online at tarpleymusic.com. So today I've got a Fender limited edition Mikey Way Jazz Bass. You probably know Mikey Way from the band My Chemical Romance. One thing that's very limited edition about this is this great sparkly color. Very sparkle. If you're wondering if it's a sparkle, it's a sparkle. It's a lot of silver sparkle. Looks really cool with this maple fretboard, though, I have to admit. So it's pretty standard for a J bass if it kind of had a 70s feel to it. So it's an alder body, and of course it's a maple neck and fretboard with a 70C style there, and it's a 9.5 radius with these awesome block inlays, and the frets are medium jumbo. And so, of course, black headstock there to kind of throw off the highlights of the black on the body, which is really cool. Synthetic bone nut. And then this, of course, is a 4-saddle vintage style bridge. 34-inch scale length, which is very standard for those basses, right? The scale length being the measurement from the nut to the bridge back in here. And the single coil is a vintage style 70 single coil J bass. So I think what he did is took a really cool, he must really like basses from the 70s, because this is a really good recreation of that. So it's got a 70s neck, it's got the 70s single coil style, even got a very sparkly single, 70s style color. So, and it plays really well. It sounds really cool. And of course, it's pretty standard J bass controls. So you have a volume for each one of these, and then you have an overall tone. So, little bit more tone control than you would have like in a P bass or precision bass, right? So the big part of this being limited edition, of course, is the color, but it is very versatile with being a J bass and having a maple neck that has a lot of bite to it. And then, like I said, it feels like a kind of old 70s bass. So I'm really excited to play this. I'm just going to try to mess around and get some different tones out of it for you, and kind of roll off the highs with the tone and mix up the volume on the pickups, as well as doing, just a little bit of a slap so you can hear a little bit of that. And then I'll do some also with the pick to give you an idea of what this thing really could sound like. All right, so we've heard the bass on its own. I want to know what it'd sound like in a mix with some tracks I did earlier. All right, hit it, boys. All right, so a lot of things going on here that makes this thing feel really, really good. First of all, this is a glossy headstock, and the fretboard has a gloss to it, but it's actually a satin on the back of the neck. So that's really great. It doesn't get, my thumb wasn't getting sticky in the back of it or anything like that. And of course, the cool skunk stripe. Not to mention that we do have his signature on the back there. The other thing is this really cool binding I did not mention. It's really cool because it just kind of goes right into that black headstock. So as I was playing it, and the really cool part about that to me is the dots really pop out. So that was just as I was kind of messing around it. So I'm a pretty standard giggable bass player, but that's about it. So I was really just kind of messing around and having a lot of fun with this. And I noticed that, you know, you get both of these pickups on and roll off the highs, you can almost get a fretless sound with that, and I thought it sounded really cool with the pick too. So there's a lot of cool things going on here for this bass. Not to mention that if you're in a band that's got a really great show factor to it, bam, wow, sparkle, right? I guarantee you lights hitting off this, you're going to get all kinds of really cool stuff going on. But besides that, very great, well-made, playable bass. I think it's really versatile. I definitely think you could easily play jazz gig, a country gig on it, or anything else. So I think it's really neat when these guys come out with signature models for what really works for their particular band or their particular look or whatever. But most of them, they want it to be a versatile instrument, not just dedicated to their style. And I think the Mikey Way design definitely hits on that. I kind of get a Geddy Lee vibe out of it. I get a J Lee 70s J bass. It's a very cool thing. So if you're in the market for a good J bass, I mean, definitely put this on the list to play, especially if you do like an older style. That the neck feels really good to me on this. And like I said, this is not my main instrument, but feels really comfortable on it. And I felt pretty comfortable all the way up the neck. And so anyway, really cool bass. I hope you got some interest in this. I hope you loved listening to this thing. Of course, I can't explain how it feels unless you're holding it and playing it for yourself. So if you get a chance, run on down to the Tarpley near you and pick this bass up. And of course, you're not going to know until you put it into an amp and you get to play it there. The other thing is it's not ridiculously heavy. And so I think from a giggable standpoint, and that could be a very serious topic for bass players too, because they can get very heavy after about 3 hours. But this is not bad, and the probably main reason for that is if you can see this really nice contours cut out right here. So just a lot of stuff going on. You know, it's very easy to go, oh, it's a J bass with a different color. Well, no. Yes, it is a J bass with a different color, but there's really a lot of different other elements to it that could actually get away from just a standard J bass. So if you're in the market for one, don't not look at this because you're thinking it's just that one thing for Mikey Way or whatever. I think it's more versatile than that. So hope you enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun playing with this bass. The in the mix part was a lot of fun to write, kind of based off this guitar. And so if you did, hit the like button, that thumb there, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed to. We're blown away with the subscriptions we're getting, and it's greatly appreciated. And we just want to keep on keeping on. So if you'd like to know us, we drop more videos because we are dropping videos every week, and we will continue to do so. You just turn on that notifications bell, and we will see you on the next one.